Hello guys, I am back with another episode. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and this message, it was sent to me. Then I had to ask one of our admins to give us a translation. The translation of that message reads like this. Hello, how are you, my brother? Can you please post for me? As we are speaking right now, my left foot, it is just decaying and I don't know what to do anymore. I have tried all that I thought was going to help me, but it seems as if there is no one who is willing to assist me. At that time when this story started, Brother Nashi, even though I would try to shorten it, I was still working as Umalaija, those guys that transport goods from South Africa, sometimes going all the way to Malawi. This is what I was doing. I had my Toyota Hilux double cab that I was using at that time. Then I reached a point in my life that I lost everything, and sometimes I blame love. Love is what made me to lose everything. I really had a very successful business. Everything that I did, I said, you pay first. I do not deliver any goods before you pay me. And I preferred that you pay me at the time of loading your goods. But there was this other woman that I was dating at that time. So, you know, when you are dating a woman and she knows that you are a Umalaija, she will try as much as she can to take advantage of you. And yes, she did. As long as we were dating, whenever I'll be in South Africa, she would ask me if I had space in my trailer so that she can just put her groceries that I would go and give to her mom. I used to meet up with her mom in Kweru, even leave her with a lot of money. This is what love does to you. Women will just use you. Then there was a time when she told me that she had bought a set of sofas and she was asking a favor from me. She wanted me to go and pick up that set of sofas that she had purchased. And I was supposed to travel all the way to Kweru, all the way from Bloemfontein going to Kweru, and she was not going to give me anything. Since me and her, we were in love. At that time, she even pretended as if she had agreed, because I had asked her if she wanted to become my wife. All along, she had been refusing, saying that she didn't want to return back home. She said that she wanted to stay in South Africa, but I had that problem. I didn't want her to stay in South Africa when she was my wife. But at that time, as I was speaking with her, she then told me that she was indeed ready to become my wife, and I was excited. So I traveled with two of my cars with a guy that was working for me so that we can pick up those set of sofas. We traveled all the way to Bloemfontein, and she didn't give me any money, even money for fuel. Maybe fuel will be too much. What about the toll gates? What about at the border? She didn't even care about it. So I just thought that I had to do what I had to do since she was my woman. After I had collected that set of sofas, trouble just followed me. Along the road, I was stopped everywhere. By the time that I reached the border, I didn't have any money at all, and I knew that I was in trouble. I made a last-ditch effort, and I told her that she was supposed to send me some money so that along the way, if anything happens to me, so that I can try to sort out myself. And I didn't want her to just give me her money. I even promised her that I was going to give her back the money that she would have sent to me. But then she said she can't because she didn't have any money at all. Then she said, now you see the reason why I am refusing to go and stay in Zim, because now you have only traveled to the border, but now you are asking me for money. What if I was not working? What were you going to do? Okay, it's fine. Return back with my sofas. I am going to make another plan. Dear brother, I sat in my car as I kept on wondering what I was supposed to do. That woman, she was so beautiful. I had never pictured myself ever dating a woman like that, and I really wanted her to become my wife because of her beauty. So I told her that it is okay. I was going to make another plan. Well, I managed to cross the border. When I had crossed the border, that is when I was arrested, and I was told that since I didn't have any declaration forms, I had to go back to the border so that I can start the process of declaring the goods that I had brought into the country. I felt as if someone had just dropped a ton of bricks on my head. I knew that if I would travel back to the border, then my cars would be impounded. I called that lady and I told her everything that had happened. There was nothing that I could do. She was really angry at me. She then told me that I had sold a set of sofas, but this was just a lie. After I had told her everything that had happened, she then blocked me. After a couple of days, a mother then called me and she told me that she was going to do whatever she can so as to make sure that I would never operate again. She meant that she was going to visit the most powerful traditional healer so that they can cast bad luck upon my life. At first, I thought that maybe they were just joking, but my business started going down. What I would do is that I was that kind of Umalaisha who was ever by the side of the road fixing his car. This thing, it started to hurt my business because sometimes by the time that I would reach the destination where I was supposed to offload, it might be the groceries or anything, my clients will not be happy with me. So I kept on losing customers. That is when I decided that I had to make another plan, because at that time there was this other guy who was also in this business of being Umalaija, but he was from Zambia. That guy, he was using an 8-ton truck so as to carry goods from South Africa going with them to Zambia. He told me that he can assist me because there was this other guy who had assisted him so that he can get his business running. Me and that guy, we went. When we visited that traditional healer who was performing the rituals, I was quite surprised because he was quite a young man. Maybe he was just somewhere around 19 years of age. And I was doubting. I was about to use what I can say was the last money that was in my pockets. All of my cars were now not moving. I could not even afford to buy replacement parts for my cars, especially for the Toyota double cab Hilux. The parts that kept on breaking down were the most expensive parts, so it was just sitting at home with the gearbox down. I didn't know what to do anymore. When I took out the money, that is when that young traditional healer started to perform a ritual for me. Then he told me what I was supposed to do. He just said, go and buy a newspaper. So I went and I bought a newspaper. And he said that I was supposed to plaster my left leg with that newspaper, and I was not supposed to remove those newspapers that I had plastered on my left leg. He then performed the rituals. They did everything that they did. But what amazed me is that as he was busy bathing me, I saw that those newspapers that I had plastered on my left leg, the newspapers remained dry throughout the ceremony that was being performed on my body. After that, I was supposed to go back home, fix my cars, and continue with my business. He said that money will never run out of your pocket. But my brother, what has been happening to me is that if I try to buy anything, mysteriously, the money that I would have taken out of my pocket, I will be told that I have tried to buy using fake money. This thing, my brother, it has been happening to me ever since. When I returned back home, for a very long time, I lost contact with that guy from Zambia. When I got his contact again, I said, my brother, look what you have done to me. Because what was happening to me at that time, just between my left toes, I saw that my leg was rotting. And even now, my leg, it keeps on getting swollen. Even my leg, it is still rotten. And now I have made the last ditch effort to come back here to Zambia because someone told me that this is the place where they can assist me. And I am afraid that all the cattle that I had bought when I was still in the business of Umalaicha, thinking that this was going to be my insurance that I was going to use so as to send my kids to school, I have now begun selling those cattle. I had to sell 4 cattle so that I can manage to travel all the way to Zambia. I don't know if I am going to get any kind of assistance. I have tried so many traditional healers in Zimbabwe, but they have all failed me. My money they have eaten for nothing. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that I received, and I had to ask one of our admins to give us a translation. If you have any message that you want to share with us, please do not hesitate to contact us via our email address.